Hi, this is Paul, and just a little quick video tomorrow that is February 16 at 2:30 p.m. Pacific. That's UTC 8. I will be here with John Van Donk, and we are going to have a live stream opening up tickets for the conference May 18 to 21 in Chino, California, where myself, Jonathan Peugeot, and John Vervaeke will be hopefully joining a whole bunch of you. We have capacity of 300. And so tomorrow we are going to officially open up ticket sales online. John and I are going to walk through everything. We're going to have question and answer. We'll be able to pull some people up into the stream. Grim Grizz, Grizz, if you're listening, we could pull you up and you can talk about camping if you want to. Anybody else in this little corner that needs to say something about tickets, and if you have little side plans that you're doing, the dates are May 18. 18 is Paintball for Jesus. 19 and 20 is the official conference. And then 21, sort of like in Thunder Bay, is another day. I will, in all likelihood, be I will be at Calvary Chino, the church, the Christian Farm Church that is hosting this. We're putting together a really cool thing with Jonathan Peugeot and touring an Orthodox church, and Jonathan is going to be able to talk about the icons on the wall, and that Sunday isn't all the way put together yet, so we're still working on that. But tomorrow, John Van Donk and I are going to go through question and answer about the conference, hotel reservations, what airport to fly in, and we'll be taking questions from you. And like I said, Grizz is organizing camping, and he's got some websites put together. So a lot. How sad are you that I'm not coming, Luke? Luke, I don't know if I'll be able to do this conference without you, Luke. So last conference up in Thunder Bay, Luke graciously picked me up at the airport, and I rode with Luke and a couple of the others, and we drove up to Thunder Bay, and then we drove back, and 10 hours in the car with Luke is really a very, very special thing. So, yep, tomorrow, come back to this channel, 2:30 Pacific. John Van Donk will be with me, and we will have the live link there where you can click and sign up for tickets now. Originally, we were going to have special prices for early bird. What we're actually going to do is, and we'll see if any of this changes by tomorrow. Please do another retreat at your sister's for us in the Northeast. That will happen at some point. What we're going to have is we're going to have two level of ticket prices. We're going to have an affordability level if you're stretched for cash, and it's like the difference will make or break, and we'll ask those who can pay full price to pay full price. And in that way, it subsidizes the cheaper tickets for those who maybe don't have as much money. And because, of course, going to a conference like this, if you have to fly in, if you have to have lodging, but again, there will be camping available, which will be cheaper. Get an Airbnb. A lot of people did that at Thunder Bay, got a whole group together and had an Airbnb together. So I'm super excited about this conference. The topic of this conference will be the quest for a spiritual home. And John Van Donk and I are looking at ways to make sure that there's a lot of interaction between all the participants of the conference, and also a lot of interaction between the speakers, myself, John Vervaeke, Jonathan Peugeot. John Van Donk is also going to do some things at the conference, but he's sort of, leaning on us to do some of these things. So Grim has tons of extra money because of his Patreon. Mark too. So again, this isn't intended. I've got to get home. I've got a men's Bible study that I've got to lead tonight, so I can't extend this, even though I would love nothing better than to pull you all into the room and comment on your comments and all of this kind of thing. Tomorrow, 2:30 Pacific, my channel, myself, John Van Donk. We will announce, we will have the link for buying tickets. We'll have question and answer about the conference, about the tickets, anything about that. Van Donk is really the main organizer. If Catherine is also going to be at the conference. Catherine, again, is going to be the moderator. She'll be on stage. So there's going to be a fair amount of continuity between the Thunder Bay conference and this conference. And we are super excited about continuing the conversation and continuing to expand the conversation. This is a bigger venue than what we had in Thunder Bay. So we should be able to accommodate 300 guests this time. I know some people have ideas about growing the conferences much larger. I'm happy with taking more of a slow growth approach. And yes, my sister, it keeps asking when I'm going to do another really small retreat. That only had a dozen people when I did it early on, a really small retreat at my sister's Airbnb in Connecticut. Maybe I'll have to find out if there's a lot of desire for that, because maybe if there's a lot of desire for that, I'll plan more of them, because my sister and my mother would love nothing better than for me to get back to the East Coast on a more regular basis. I'd love to see an emphasis on the third option. I believe, I don't believe, and the third option, I wish I believed. I think there will be I think there will be a lot of that, because there is a lot of that in this corner, Rod. There is, in fact, in some ways, I think a lot of what happens in this corner specializes in that. Tomorrow morning on my channel, hopefully at the usual hour, if I get my ducks in a row tonight, I'm going to share my conversation with Jordan Wood. And I know, Luke, that should make you super excited. And the conversation was terrific. Jordan and I really hit it off, really enjoyed talking to him. And so tomorrow morning, that conversation gets shared. Okay, I've got to lead a Bible study tonight, and I've got to go home and kiss my lovely wife and have dinner with her. So I am going to end this now. This is just, again, to reiterate, February 16, 2:30 p.m. It's UTC-8 for those of you around the world. John Van Donk and I will release tickets. We'll have the link so you can sign up online. Only 300 tickets for this event. And when we organize an event like this, part of us does it in fear and trembling. Will all the tickets sell? Because he has a budget based on selling the tickets. Will all this tickets sell? And then the other fear I have is 300 too small? So those are my questions. How dare you be a good pastor and husband? How dare I? All right, so I'm gonna be a good pastor and husband and end this live stream. But tomorrow, see you all 2:30 p.m. Pacific.